What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some Go Battle League battles in the Ultra Premier Cup, and in today's video we have some very cool footage that has been submitted to me by one of my patrons and good friends, Jonathan Kelly, who's also a content creator on Twitch. Make sure to check him out over there. But he started using this team of G-Fisk, Galvantula, and Venusaur in the Premier Cup. So the G-Fisk and the Galvantula are XL'd, meaning they're powered up all the way to level 50. And since he started using this, he went on a 16-game win streak, and actually in the set of 5 battles, he got 22 wins and only 3 losses. It was absolutely crazy. And he did this live on Twitch, and so if the formatting of the video looks a little bit weird, it's because these were taken directly from the Twitch, his Twitch stream. So apologies for any like weird formatting issues in this, or any like alerts that pop up in the middle of the screen, because they were taken from his Twitch live stream. But let's jump right into these battles. These battles that we're going to be featuring today were from his 16 win streak, and some of them are a little bit out of order because he sent them to me individually, but these were all taken from the same stream. And so let's jump right into this. So Stunfisk into Machamp is a really bad lead, but actually going to use a Venusaur safe swap here. Out comes Dragonite. The surprising thing about Dragonite, especially in Ultra League, is it is very, very glassy. So this matchup with Venusaur is actually not that bad, especially if you're able to successfully land the Sludge Bomb like he was able to do on that first one. Gonna go for a Frenzy Plant here, even though was able to get to Sludge Bomb, because Frenzy might have been just enough to take it out, despite it being double resisted. So we're gonna bring out the G-Fisk again, because this is going to safely absorb the damage that this Dragonite is going to throw. They do just go for Dragon Claw, so really nice over farm here. Yeah, it doesn't matter that you're getting hit from Dragon Claws here, because the damage is really not that threatening. Having energy to threaten the Machamp is much more important. So really good over farm. Down goes the Dragonite, going to bank that Rock Slide and go straight into the Galvantula. It's a Magnezone in the back, so most likely the Magnezone is just going to go straight Mirror Shot and attempt to debuff. Now both Lunge and Discharge hit for resisted damage on this Magnezone, so potentially could go just straight Lunge. However, straight Discharge does do slightly more damage, but they are both single resisted here. The problem is that the opponent still has a shield and still has a Machamp. This Volt Switch damage is doing hardly anything to this Magnezone here. Correctly shields up the Wild Charge, that's huge, and then they actually switch into their Machamp. Somehow needs to burn the last shield and get to an Earthquake or land a Discharge on this. Gonna bait with Lunge, gets the last shield, and then goes for the Earthquake here. Really nice play, because had the Rock Slide energy stored, so it was only like 3 Mud Shots away. Earthquake does not take it out, Mud Shots it down, and then G-Fisk is gonna wall that Magnezone. Very nice play, good game. G-Fisk into Empoleon. This is a somewhat okay matchup in Ultra Premier, because G-Fisk just reaches a super high level of bulk. If you do bait twice with Rock Slide, you can potentially win this if you're careful with your move timing. Looks like he was trying to catch a Hydro Cannon on the Venusaur there. Oh my gosh, the opponent does not shield. That is very bad. Okay, gonna go for another Rock Slide bait here. And the opponent does shield. Alright, gonna swap to the Venusaur now. Out comes Gallade. So because the opponent only has 1 shield remaining, this is actually totally fine. Normally Gallade does beat Venusaur, but that's when both shields are up, because the charge moves from Gallade really are not that threatening. If they go for, okay, they do go for close combat, smart play by the opponent. You could really come in and farm with anything here. Gonna farm with the G-Fisk, potentially try to get to an Earthquake for that Empoleon to burn the last shield, but they throw right away. Have to let it go, right? And then we'll have to see if the Galvantula is going to have any favorable matchups in the back. It is a Toxicroak. This is decent here. Gonna go for a Lunge bait. This is a very risky bait if this fails, because it is double resisted. Okay, successfully gets the shield. Very nice. And the Volt Switch goes through. Essentially just needs to land a Discharge onto this Toxicroak, but also have enough energy for the Empoleon. So very smart over farm there, because you need to have enough residual energy to get to that Discharge. Down goes the Toxicroak. and able to take out the Empoleon, able to come back from that tough lead. Essentially, G-Fisk had nowhere to go in that lineup. They had Empoleon and then Double Fighter in the back. Good game. Stunfisk into Snorlax, Shadow Snorlax, so you do need to look out for the superpower. It's always a tough call because Snorlax can tank whatever this move is, and so sometimes they no shield, so nice recognition of that and just going straight for the Earthquake. Big shield here if it is a superpower, but gets baited, unfortunately. They're probably throwing the superpower here. Yeah, nice double shield. Out comes Kingdra. So most likely it's like it could be a Charmer in the back. It could be another dragon in the back. Shadow Snorlax lead with Kingdra safe swap is a very common core that another content creator, the 6'4 Ninja, uses. But the back line could be a variety of different things. The opponent does go for Outrage because shields are down. Smart move. The Snorlax is definitely in Rock Slide range and relatively dry on energy. Going to commit to the Earthquake here. Very smart because Rock Slide would not be enough to KO this Kingdra. And doesn't want to have to get hit by an Octazooka if you don't have to. Get to this Rock Slide before the Snorlax gets to move. So it's probably a Charmer in the back. Most likely a Charmer in the back. Which is going to be tough to deal with. It is. It's a Togekiss in the back. But this is the Charmer you love to see. If it were a... If it were like a Clefable or something that's not sub-flying typing, this would be rough. But down goes the Togekiss, and beautiful overfarm there to have a discharge stored for the Snorlax. Galvantula wins CMP, and down goes the Snorlax. Very nice play there. Stunfisk into Lapras. Technically, the whole team can kind of hang with Lapras, but this is the worst matchup against Lapras compared to what is in the back. So... catches a Surf on the Venusaur. Very nice play. But you still have Galvantula for this as well, so let's see what the opponent wants to do. Out comes Gengar, okay. So Gengar is a decent response to a Fighter in the lead or a Grass type in the lead. But there's still a good chance that there could be another anti-Grass in the back. And the Gengar goes right for Sludge Bomb. Very nice play. Bring out the G-Fisk. Since the opponent revealed Sludge Bomb, it's unlikely that they have Shadow Ball, so good recognition of that. And commit to the farm down on the Gengar. The Lapras is out of energy because it threw a Surf. Really nice plays here. Oh man, it's a Machamp in the back. Gonna go for the Earthquake to land some big damage, but double shielded Galvantula is gonna have to go off here. Even if it's a bait, it's worth the shield, but the opponent goes straight for the Rock Slide. Gonna go straight for the Discharge, anticipating that the opponent might think that this is a shield bait, but they do shield anyways. This is kind of tough. Oh man, gets baited right here, so you can't overfarm that much. Just gonna throw the Discharge. Not playing any games here. Knowing that the Lapras is out of energy, the Galvantula will get to this Discharge before the Lapras gets to Surf. But I bet the Lapras survives this Discharge. Oh, it was just enough to take it out. Very, very nice. And there's one of the pop-up alerts that we're going to see, folks. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll have to talk to John about moving his alerts to a different part of his Twitch stream here. But this is the absolute dream. My gosh, Galvantula onto a Gyarados. This is very reminiscent of my Pelipper in Great League getting shredded by Lanturns or Galvantulas. Feels bad. Out comes their own Galvantula. No, Volt Switch goes through. Gonna go straight for the lunge here, but essentially has back-to-back lunges. Gets the first one off, and then going to throw the second one here, but overfarmed by one Volt Switch. So only 2 Volt Switches away from the next one. And the opponent is still overfarming, and you can see the difference in CPs here. John's Galvantula is powered up to level 50, and the opponent's Galvantula is not powered up all the way. So losing the CMP tie on every single one of these lunges, and able to get to another lunge. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The opponent's Galvantula just got melted, and it's a Machamp in the back. Land one Frenzy, and that is GG. Good game there. Oh, man. Ooh, Escav in the lead is like an absolute nightmare. So going to safe swap the Galv here. They're staying in. people that lead Escav are weak to fire type leads, so most likely there's at least one water type in the back. Extra counter goes through. Gonna throw the discharge here. And they shield. One away from another discharge. Oh, gonna go for the lunge here, really? Okay, this is pretty risky. Unfortunate. Shield and try to farm down now? Because if that discharge... Oh, yes, it is a water type in the back. It makes sense. You live this weather ball, barely. Go for the discharge. But if this Politoed has Blizzard, this is a disaster. And they no-shielded. Okay, nice swap into Venusaur to avoid getting farmed down. And able to reach this Frenzy Plant before the Politoed gets to an Earthquake or a Blizzard. They let it go. Oh man, Drifblim in the back. Okay, the Escavalier is very low, but this Drifblim is going to be kind of a problem. It's always surprising how decent this matchup is for Venusaur if it gets a slight energy advantage. Even though these grass type attacks are single resisted, you can see how much damage that first Frenzy Plant did. It did a really solid chunk. Obviously the Icy Wind debuffs are going to be obnoxious here. Swap into the Galvantula to catch an Icy Wind. What a play. Get to the Rock Slide on the G-Fisk before they get to another Icy Wind. Oh, forces the CMP, not ideal, but this is most likely an Icy Wind. Yep. And wants a little bit of residual energy for when that Escavalier comes in. The opponent for sure shields the Drifblim. It makes sense. Out comes the Escav. Needs to get to this Rock Slide. Oh man, this is a drill run. But the G-Fisk will barely survive. It'll barely survive. But then you can't be hexed down. Do you catch on the Venusaur? Okay, force the Drifblim to throw. Oh my gosh, how do you win this game? They're on their 4 cycle. And so Venusaur barely gets there before the Drifblim. Wow. That was an awesome game. Coming back from pretty much one of the worst leads you can see with this team, Escavalier. Man, Sirfetch'd, that is not ideal. Gonna go right into the Venusaur. Out comes Talonflame. The timing of the charge moves are very important here, because if you let an extra Incinerate through, this is not ideal at all. Actually gonna go for a Frenzy Plant bait here. There's no way the opponent shielded that. Oh my gosh. Do they undercharge this Flame Charge? No, they just rip it off. Okay. Gonna bring out the Galv here. This is tough. Talonflame is also very scary for this team. Shield one's farm down. Nice. Does the Sirfetch'd come back in? Oh my gosh. This spider has so much work to do. The thing is, if you can get all the shields down... Oh my gosh. If you can get all the shields down, then the Earthquake will KO this Sirfetch'd most likely. Gets the shield bit and then gets the discharge off. That's amazing. Down. Oh my gosh. Is this close combat? Do Sirfetch'ds roll with close combat? No, it's just a Leaf Blade, and the debuff really makes a big difference there. Just going to be another Leaf Blade. Nice no shield. Looks like this was a CMP tie though on the Rock Slide. It was. The Empoleon is very low. And able to mudshot it down. Very nice. Galvantula essentially had 3 Pokemon to take out there. Alright, this is a very good lead. And the opponent is staying in for some reason. Are they triple weak to this? They let it go and they are still staying in. This could be a big move like Outrage. It is. Okay. So they're definitely weak to this in the back. Maybe they have a Charmer in the back. Maybe there's a Fire and Flying type in the back. Well, there's an Alolan Muk, and that is not a response to this G-Fisk. Oh my gosh. The Earthquake gets shielded. Do you commit a shield on the G-Fisk to get to this Earthquake? Great shield. You get the... Oh, they had 2 stored up. Okay. And then over farm slightly. This G-Fisk is just going off. Beautiful over farm. It takes 4 Snarls to get to Dark Pulse, and Alolan Muk would win the CMP. So can't be too greedy. Down goes the Alolan Muk. Does Dragonite come back in? Does Dragonite come back in? It... Rock Slide... What is in the back? A Charmer? What it... Venusaur. Okay, nice immediate swap to your own Venusaur to avoid getting farmed. Galvantula will survive one move from Venusaur regardless of what it is. So, in a pretty favorable spot here. Oh, get some lag there. The opponent is either 1 or 2 Vine Whips ahead on energy now, which is definitely not ideal. Commit to the Sludge Bomb. Very nice. Yeah, wow, the opponent really did not have a good response for a G-Fisk. More and more XL Pokemon are going to be popping up in Ultra Premier, so you just got to be prepared for that, and G-Fisk is one of the top picks for sure. This pairing of G-Fisk and Venusaur is always very strong. I personally have been running a team in Ultra Premier, which I'll feature in a nice long video coming up, but G-Fisk and Venusaur pairing, and then Gallade on the safe swap, so that pairing is very solid. Going to throw a Frenzy Plant on this Shadow Machamp here. Most likely they're going to shield and try to keep this thing alive. Yep, makes sense. The opponent is denying the fast moves very well. Big shield on the Rock Slide. Nice call. Is this the Machamp, Snorlax, Lapras team? Oh my gosh. Okay. If this is Rock Slide, it's definitely going to take out the Venusaur. It is. Yeah, you kind of have to come in with the Galvantula now, right? And, oh my gosh, they just barely didn't get to... They bring out their own Venusaur, okay. So, Empoleon in the back, that would make sense. Empoleon in the back would make sense. Trying to catch, but stores a move. It is an Empoleon, very nice. This energy advantage is going to be very favorable. This Earthquake should one-shot this Empoleon. It does, very nice. Has the lunge stored on the Galvantula, and Galvantula wins CMP, so this should be pretty straightforward. Just get any chip damage you can here, exactly. Even if you get farmed down, it does not matter because you have the lunge stored. And honestly, you're going to get to another Rock Slide anyways because G-Fisk is so bulky in Ultra Premier. Very nice. Able to rip off this lunge and take out the Venusaur. Able to come back from a lot of these tough fighting type leads there. Oh, this is the dream. The whole team beats this. So out comes Snorlax. This technically is the right where you want to see the Snorlax. Do they superpower immediately? Okay, that's totally fine. Nice overfarm because now the Snorlax is debuffed. Do you make a swap into something? Yeah, I like this play a lot. Because of that superpower debuff, the, one Frenzy Plant might be enough to knock this out now. Good job not overfarming. Just get rid of the Snorlax so they don't have a chance to swap out. Very nice. There's no way Togekiss comes back in. It's an Umbreon. Galvantula is going to go off. Galvantula is going to go off. You could even potentially preserve this Venusaur and make a swap into Galv at some point. Or stay in and try to burn the shields. Oh, I like this play. Sacking the G-Fisk, yeah. Recognizing that Galvantula is probably going to have the most play here. I like this a lot. Probably bring out the Galv now that the Umbreon is more energy dry. Oh, going to bring out the Venusaur, okay. Looks like the opponent was lagging there a little bit. Saving both shields for the Galv. I dig it. They are definitely lagging, and then they concede the match. All right, good game. Yeah, Galv is going to go off there. Oh, man. This is Altaria. Are we in the Great League, folks? And a Froslass. Are we in the Great League? Froslass safe swap into a G-Fisk. Is this another team triple weak to G-Fisk? At some point, you probably need to make a move into Galv. Because they probably shield this. Oh my gosh, they just totally sacked it. Out comes Gengar. This is... Man, Venusaur has nowhere to go here. Altaria is much bulkier than Dragonite. Able to get an energy advantage on this Galvantula, which is very nice. Now, typically in Great League, this matchup is not super ideal for Galvantula. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out in Ultra. Gonna let this Sky Attack go through. You barely live. Oh, the overtap! The overtap, that is not great. Needs to get to... Oh, man. Do you let this go because you live it? Yep. And then get to the Rock Slide. Okay, get to the Rock Slide. I doubt this takes out the Altaria, though. But they shield anyways. Oh my gosh. Okay, they swap into Gengar. You kind of have to commit some shields, right? You have to shield this, right? Okay. Okay. Probably thought that was going to get baited there, so no shield the first one. Takes out the Gengar. Oh my gosh. Definitely could have got to the Sludge Bomb there, but panicked a little bit and went for the Frenzy Plant, or we're going for some BM here. Able to get to this Rock Slide just barely. Oh my gosh. The opponent actually played that very well considering being triple weak to G-Fisk. Wow, good game. Kingdra leads are obnoxious. Kingdra in general is obnoxious in Ultra Premier. If you have not used Kingdra yet or played against a Kingdra, it's very powerful on the safe swap purely because of the random chance of the Octazooka debuff. It just totally flips so many matchups. There's the debuff, and for some reason they swapped out, even though they got the debuff there. So because this is a normal Snorlax, it's a little bit more favorable for the Venusaur. Shadow Snorlax has a little bit more play against the Venusaur because of that boosted lick and body slam damage. So still has the Kingdra. The Galvantula has a decent matchup against the Kingdra, so it's not super important that you win switch here. More so that you just get the Snorlax into a farm down range. Yikes, but it's just tanking these frenzies, no problem. Gonna let this go. Okay. Do you bring in Galv, shield one's farm down? No, gonna bring the G-Fisk, over farm slightly, and then throw the Rock Slide here. The Kingdra is relatively out of energy. Oh my gosh, they survived that. Okay, nice snipe with the Galv. They bring out Machamp. Is this really a Rock Slide? Yeah, nice counting. It's just a cross chop. Going for the Discharge here. Does slightly more damage than Lunge, so that'll be just enough to take out the Kingdra. Actually, nice call there. Now you go just straight Lunge spam on this, right? Well, since you got the shield on the first one, can safely get to the Discharge here. Galvantula! Absolutely going off against these teams. Very nice. Very nice. Flashy finish. Mud shot down the Machamp. Who needs the shields? Very nice. G-Fisk into Abomasnow. Relatively neutral, just like in Great League. The Rock Slides will hit for super effective, but the Abomasnow outpaces. Oh man, they swap in a Politoed and a little bit slow to decide here. So going to chip with a Rock Slide and then make a move into Venusaur so one Frenzy one-shots it. Do you shield this and overfarm? Yes, big shield, big shield. Very nice overfarm. Can safely get to back-to-back Frenzies here. I doubt the opponent shields. They probably want some farm with the Abomasnow. Yep, makes sense. They for sure bring Abomasnow back in. Able to get to the Sludge Bomb, but normal Abomasnow in Ultra League can easily tank a Sludge Bomb. They shield it anyways. Venusaur survives this Weather Ball and potentially gets to another Sludge here. Very nice. I would imagine the opponent lets this go. Yeah, because they definitely can tank it. Out comes a Scrafty. Gonna go for the Earthquake here. And now Galvantula has a lot of work to do once again. That seems to be the moral of the story on all these battles. Let Galvantula take out 3 Pokemon. Nice call on the power-up punch. Very nice. Gonna go for the lunge here. Both moves hit for neutral, so needs to kind of tone down the Scrafty's attack once again. Gets the final shield. Do you call this? Okay, even though it's a foul play, yikes, that does do a lot of damage. And can't really overfarm because the counters are adding up. This lunge will take out the Scrafty. The Abomasnow is very low. Oh man, gets the Powder Snow down. Oh, this is going to be very close. Just needs to get to this one Rock Slide. Has a shield. Got a Mud Shot through, so I think is 3 Mud Shots away. And the opponent knows it and concedes the match. Good game. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. What do you do here? What do you do here? Tank a Hydro? Go for the EQ? Gonna sack the G-Fisk, because somewhat double weak. Okay, gonna bring out the Venusaur now. Try to hard farm it, but they bring out a Gyarados! They bring out a Gyarados! This is still a positive matchup. Is this triple water? Is this triple water? And Galv is just gonna go off. Venusaur and Galv are just gonna go off. Farm this down now. Just gonna be another Aqua Tail. Very nice farm. It is triple water. Venusaur is not having any of this funny business. Oh my gosh. Bringing out the G-Fisk again. Yeah, just sack the G-Fisk. Force them to burn energy. Very nice. The Swampert still has some residual energy for sure, though. That is going to be tricky to manage. Bringing out the Galv here. Okay, that is totally fine. Needed to get rid of this Swampert anyway, so big catch on the discharge. Down goes the Swampert. Interesting catch by the opponent, because maybe saving that energy would have been a safer play. But good job not over-tapping, able to get to this discharge. And that would have taken out the Lapras. Very nice, able to come back from that Swampert lead. This is the dream. You have 2 things that hard counter this. Out comes Machamp. Oh, now this is scary. No immediate hard counter to a Shadow Machamp. And I say this because in Ultra Premier, if the Machamp is able to successfully bait, I mean, very similar to Great League, this matchup is not necessarily super favorable for Venusaur if the Machamp can successfully bait, but able to shield up the Rock Slide on the first one, so puts John in a pretty good spot. Shields up both of the Rock Slides successfully, and really nice over farm here, managing the energy on the Venusaur very well. They double shield and they lost track of the Venusaur's energy because of the over farm. Essentially a wasted shield for the, and they concede the match right there. Okay, good game. Oh my gosh. Granbull, is it Charm? It is. Triple weak to G-Fisk again. Gonna swap the Galv here. Oh, this is a little scary though. If the opponent double shields. Okay. Yeah. Good overfarm here. 1 volt switch worth. Oh man, yeah, they're gonna double shield and. Oh man, okay. Gets the volt switch through. Do you shield this and then under tap the discharge? Yep. Okay. And actually bringing out the Galv here is really nice because out of the entire team, Galv has the least amount of play against that Charmer. So now what do you bring in here? Yeah, Venusaur makes more sense because you get to these moves slightly faster, and Sludge Bomb should one-shot this Granbull, whereas it might survive an Earthquake. Most likely would. It's a Machamp in the back. Venusaur is going to sweep this thing. It's just a cross chop, right? It is going to be able to take this out. Amazing plays, John. And once again, he actually got 22 wins in 5 sets, which is absolutely incredible. He gained like 270 points. So thank you for submitting these battles. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. And I'll see you all in the next video.